yeah. Get back, yeah. Make a nigga spin his cash out. His lash out. Whole man in the beauty. The beauty. The beauty. I'm a big yeah. I don't know the words yet. Who does, yeah.
When you look at the women you see on Instagram, reality TV, and all these other different forms of social media, it seems like you only really see two categories of women: the bad bitches and the badus. Hoes and you see housewives. Either you're wifey material or you're thotty fabric. Either you wear weaves or you wear your hair natural. Victoria's Secret lotion or you use coconut oil. Highlight and contour or you go all natural. And it almost seems like how we wear our hair, our makeup, our clothes, and whichever side of the spectrum that we lie on determines the amount of respect we deserve. And of course this happens to all women in some way or form. White girls ain't really being bashed for wearing weaves. I'm gonna focus primarily on black women because But the other reason why I feel like this happens much more prominently in the black community and to black women is because of the degree in which we've been taught to hate ourselves from our hair, our skin, our body type, etc, etc. So the question is, does a woman have to be modest in her clothing? Does she have to be mute about her sex life? Does she have to fit a certain standard of what a good, respectable woman is in order to be treated with respect? I personally believe how you present yourselves, what you wear, how you wear your hair, your mannerisms, all of that can be a good way to determine how much a person cares about themselves and how they view themselves. What's on the surface isn't always a direct reflection of the person themselves. Trust me, I'm gonna get to the fellas in a minute, but what us ladies need to understand is that you can be spiritual and intelligent and all of that and still wear a weave and a full face of makeup. You don't have to choose between being an Instagram baddie or whatever you want to call it and someone who's aware of the world around them. I'm someone who's super political and anti just about everything, but for the people who know me, like, I'm super goofy and I be having some ratchet ass moments like y'all don't even know. I'm someone who will really be sitting here giving you a full analysis of the current economic condition of the black community, but best believe if Back That Ass Up starts to play, I'ma drop it low. Stop thinking that you have to be either or, because I know for a fact that you can be pro-black and still wear weave, because I know some natural hair, afro wearing dipshits who can't even spell revolution. Wearing makeup doesn't automatically mean you're insecure. Wearing short skirts and tight clothing doesn't automatically make you a hoe. I don't think what you wear and how you look on the outside is a reflection of your worth as a person, because I know a shitload of dudes in Jordans and Gucci belts who ain't worth shit. And it's not just about your appearance and what you wear, but also how you express your sexuality. When you live in a male-dominated society in which a lot of men fuel their ego and their masculinity, and some of them their bank accounts on women's insecurities, coming across a woman who's not only comfortable with her sexuality and her body but is also empowered by it, like, that's a threat. That's why you're put down for it and body shamed and slut shamed and all this other stuff and told that you need this, that, and the third to be beautiful. Usually a level of beauty that's impossible to reach because the shit ain't real. Different women are empowered by different things, some by their sexuality, some by their intellect, and crazy enough, some by both. And let's be real, spirituality and self-love can't even be achieved without a little bit of freakiness. Spirituality is about finding a connection and balance between your mind, body, and soul. I'm not saying go around the world and throw your cat at everybody, but I feel like you should do what you believe feels right to your mind, body, and soul. And this is something a lot of guys seem to not understand. These past couple of years, I've been noticing a raise in consciousness and the necessity to love black women. Ugh, music to my ears. But half the time, it seems like BS. A lot, not all, but enough that I felt the need to speak on it. Talk that talk, but ain't really about it. You say all this beautiful shit, all this shit that'll give you so much love on social media about how we need to love and respect black women, but I still, like, I see what you're doing. Like, I notice that you're still being super selective about the type of black woman that you want to love and respect. Like, how can you say I love black women and Black Lives Matter, but pick and choose which ones you want to love and protect and respect? I'm not talking about who you want to spend the rest of your life with and who you want to start a family with. Like, yeah, you're allowed to be selective when it comes to that, but speaking in general, speaking on the current state of the black community, relationships between black men and black women, what's been happening to black people, there is a need for mutual respect between black men and black women. We need to protect each other at all costs, and I put emphasis on black women and girls needing to be protected at all costs. We talk all that talk about what white America's doing to black people and the system and this and that, but when black women speak up about what black men are doing to black women, we get silenced. What I'm saying is, don't tell us you love us and respect us if you're not gonna show love and respect to all of us. Don't say that you love natural hair but complain when that curl pattern ain't loose enough for you to run your fingers through. Don't tell us that you love a confident black woman but get mad when we're outspoken. And my favorite, don't tell us that you love a black woman who is confident and sexy and secure in her body and sexuality, but we all know how quick she goes from being Nubian goddess queen of the earth to a hoe because of how she's dressed or because she doesn't want to fuck with you. I was having a conversation with a friend and he was asking me how should he treat a woman whose lifestyle he doesn't necessarily agree with, and he was referring to him not really liking when black women wear weaves and a whole bunch of makeup and dress a certain way. I was just like, what if your mom or your sister started doing all of those things? Like, are you then going to start to disrespect them because you don't see in them all the qualities that you want to see in a woman? And he just looked like, I told him to never call a woman by something he wouldn't call his own mother or his own daughter. And to be real, it's really sad that we even have to do that, how we have to make these connections just for them to like understand that something is wrong or not okay. Like, oh, you shouldn't treat a woman this way because you wouldn't want your mom treated that. Like, it should not be like that. You should be able to just say they're another human being and they shouldn't be treated that way. I wouldn't want to be treated that way. When are you guys gonna realize that beauty and brains are not mutually exclusive? That a woman's outer appearance is not always a direct reflection of her personality, and what a woman looks like and what she wears does not determine her self-worth, thus should not be an indicator of whether she deserves respect or not. How is it that you can still sit here and judge a woman completely based off her looks, but you don't mind going to all these places ordering food knowing damn well the food doesn't look like the picture? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. You don't have to agree with her lifestyle or her life choices to show that you respect her as a black woman. This isn't about the individual, because that's a whole different conversation. This is about a much more general, much more broad type of respect that needs to be spread mutually between black men and black women. And again, it's not about who you want to date or who you want to associate with, because just like Black Lives Matter is not Black Lives Matter as long as it's the lives that I want to kick it with. Like, it's all Black Lives Matter. And it's fine if you have your preferences on which type of black woman you want to love and protect and respect and all of that, but say that, be upfront about it. Don't say that you love and respect all of us when your actions prove otherwise. And the last thing that I want to make clear is not just guys who disrespect women based on their looks and their lifestyle and their choices. We do this too, and it really needs to stop. Like, you don't need to disrespect and throw shade at another woman in order to shine. You're not about to see me praising the Kim Kardashians and the Amber Roses and the Blac Chynas, and you're definitely not going to see me encouraging their lifestyle. But just because I don't want to take the path that they took doesn't necessarily mean that I need to belittle and disrespect them for their choices. What I'm trying to do as a role model or a potential role model for other women and little girls is show them that there are other ways to reaching success, and I don't need to shade them or drag them through the mud to do that. And I'm definitely not going to do that to another black woman. It's just that being in a world where women who go that route are so heavily praised and put on a pedestal, I just want to show that there really are other ways to reaching success than taking those routes if you don't want to. And just for the record, my beef with the Kardashians and the Blac Chynas and all of them isn't that they use their bodies to reach success. Like, I ain't mad, be cute, get your money. It's just that we as a society have a bad habit of making talentless people famous. Like why? But the most important takeaway from all of this is, ladies, whatever your choice of lifestyle is, do it for you and not for the acceptance of other people or this fucked up society. And guys, let women live their lives and be happy. Like, damn.